Hi, I'm Jenny Robertson, founder of the On Purpose Woman Global Community and founder and publisher of On Purpose Woman magazine. I'm so glad you're here for this Connections After Hours gathering. It's a space where we come together to connect more deeply, expand our perspectives, and get inspired by women who are walking their purpose-driven path. Tonight we have a special treat. Our speaker is someone who brings both grounded wisdom and cosmic insight, and that is the Reverend Rosemary Robertson Bredeson. She'll be sharing a talk titled, It's Okay to Be Who You Really Are, because you're the missing piece to the puzzle that we all need. Rosemary is a spiritual mentor, medium, and teacher of the new consciousness. After a fascinating career working with NASA on the Hubble Space Telescope Project, she followed her inner calling to help others live as their most authentic selves. Through human design, intuitive guidance, and multidimensional teachings, she empowers people to embrace who they really are and to live with clarity and purpose. And you can learn more about Rosemary at thescientificmystic.com, and that is also in the text of this video. So welcome, Rosemary. Glad you're here tonight with us.
Oh, it's so fun to be here. Wonderful group of women to be chatting with. And I'm excited to address this topic tonight. So I'd like to start by saying, uh, how many of you were born in Washington, D.C.? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you went through Catholic school from kindergarten through college? Great. A few of us. So how many of you worked for the Department of Defense and then NASA? Okay, how many of you are in a career right now that you really love? Excellent. Now, did you notice that I was the only one who raised my hand for every one of those questions? That's not to say there's anything special about me, except that I have my own journey. And every one of you, even if we intersected at some point along the way, every one of you has your unique journey. And I really want to drill down on that word unique today, because I think sometimes we get distracted by what we think we should be doing or what somebody else is doing or what somebody tells us we should be or be doing. And here's my message to you. If you don't hear anything else, you are a one-time cosmic event, a one-time cosmic event. You are unique. You came in with unique gifts. You came in with a unique story. You came in with a unique purpose, and you're here to live in that uniqueness. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I had anybody tell me along the way, okay, you be unique. I was in a first grade with 60 other kids, 60 kids, right? Back in the days when the nuns kept us all in line. First grade, it was regimented. And that's how we kind of get thinking we have to live our lives. But what if the whole world is think of a netting, like the mesh or the net bag that onions come in or potatoes come in. And every little place that's an intersection where two things come together is a light bulb. That's what humanity is. We're all this connected mesh on the planet, and we are that node of light. We're here to be a bright light. And if you are remembering that you are the light and the light is you, but if you dim your light, what happens to the whole grid? It dims. Remember those old Christmas light strings where if one bulb went out, the whole string went out? Well, that's why I really want you to get how unique you are and how needed you are, because the whole string of lights goes out if you're not shining your light. And um, in our little breakout room, we were talking about being the light and the light being inside. It's like we're all looking for the light outside. We're looking, walk into a room, you want to flip the switch and the light comes on. It's inside you. And so, what is it that needs to be unlocked inside of you? Now, as a spiritual mentor, I work with clients frequently who are feeling a little stuck or who, whatever their level of success, and I use air quotes about that, it's like, what's the next step? I don't know what the next step is. I can't see the next step. And that is where the next step is actually available to us, but we're not going to find it if we're sitting in the place where all of our problems are, right? That that quote about, I think it's Einstein, isn't it, who talks about you can't find the solution if you're in the problem set. The same set of circumstances that created the problem is not where the solution lives. What I've discovered is the solutions can come from the other layers. They may not be in 3D. Now, you're all living a multidimensional life. I don't know whether you think of it that way, but you are. And sometimes the solution has to be by accessing another level, right? So that's what I do with clients too, is to help them get some information from their higher self, from their guides, from my tapping into universal consciousness. But what I want to share with you today is the idea that you're not just a body, you're not just a mind, right? You're multiple layers of you: the physical, the emotional, the mental, right? The physical, your body; the emotional, your feelings; the mental, your thoughts; the spiritual body, which is your beliefs. If you're having a problem in 3D, it's probably not just a physical problem. Maybe it's because you've got emotions like fear, inadequacy, a sense of not enough, that's blocking you from actually manifesting that belief that you want to manifest, or that dream that you're holding. Maybe it's a thought. I think I can't. That thought can be back in there, or it could be the voice of some teacher or nun back in your childhood telling you you can't. I'm going to share a story about that. I have a sister 9.5 months younger than I am, so we're kind of like twins. And she was always in the grade behind me. Uh, I had a teacher in high school who thought I was anything I submitted got an A. My sister comes along, gets the same teacher, and anything she submitted, she got a C on. She started to think of herself as a C student. What's interesting is, and my parents were on board with this little experiment, I wrote a paper for her to submit in this English class to the teacher that would always give me an A and always give my sister a C. The paper came back with a C on it. And I had done my best. And, God bless them, my parents said to my sister, "You're not a C student. The teacher is a C grader." It was so important because that belief in self was getting ingrained from the outside. And we don't think about what's coming in and how we embody that until we actually look at our thoughts and our beliefs and where they come from, and are they serving us? And how important is it to look on each of those levels? Oh, is there some belief? Like everyone in our family becomes a lawyer. How many people in that family that has that belief even think to question it? Right? So whatever it is that may have come in needs to get examined. And I would tell you that you have a unique makeup of that body, that mind, right? Your beliefs, your thoughts. Again, that's your uniqueness. There's also your cosmic body. There's the big part of you that's part of the cosmic plan. That's where you are a one-time cosmic event. Now, I like to say the cosmos, the universe, agreed with Mother Earth about what was needed in this moment on the planet. Mother Earth said, here's what I need. Here are the resources, the gifts, the tools that that person's going to need. And the universe said, okay, we'll bring it in. We'll bring that person in and we'll plant them like they did with me, right in Washington, D.C. on August 2nd, a lot of years ago. And we're going to give that person this sun energy, these neutrinos from all these other planets, and the moon's going to be here. Little aside. When I was born, my mother was in labor for 3 days. I finally came out on August 2nd, and I see happy birthday to another Leo. It's my husband's birthday as well. But after 3 days, I came out finally, August 2nd. And if you look at my astrology chart or my human design chart, my moon is at 0 degrees of Cancer. So my spirit, my soul knew, oh, this gal needs a Cancer moon. So couldn't come out on July 31st. Had to wait until August 2nd to come out and get that. I have a granddaughter who has a 0 degree moon as well. It's that there's something greater that knows exactly what the resources that are needed for this person to complete their mission on planet Earth. And so each of you has a roadmap, has a wiring diagram. If you want to think of it as a user's manual, that's where human design comes into the picture. Now, how many of you know about human design? If you've heard of it or you know about it, I know I've done readings for some people. In human design, we're using ancient wisdom, millennia of old wisdom with quantum physics to help you understand your DNA makeup, what came down through your ancestral lines into you, how you're designed to operate in the world, what your gifts are, what your challenges are, how you get wisdom, how you put the gifts out into the world. It's really interesting to understand that your uniqueness shows up in ways that we can look at it. And human design is one of the tools that I've been using because to me, it's really helpful to get so much information about our uniqueness, to have a way to see that. Now, if you are ready to put your gifts out into the world, you have to identify them first. And so in our breakout room, that was one of the reasons the breakout question was about what is my gift? I like to use that as an icebreaker question instead of what do you do? You know, when you are talking to somebody, what do you do? What do you do for work? I like to say, how do you put your gifts out in the world? Sometimes the answer is very different. Not among the group here, but for a lot of people, their job is not how they put their gifts out in the world. Think of people who have a job that they really don't like, but it pays the bills. But their gift is to be a great parent. What if you were to honor yourself for your uniqueness? It's not just that the work we're doing in the world has to be that expression, but we have to be it. We have to be it. So I'd like to give you permission to be your uniqueness and to revel in it, enjoy it, understand that each of us bringing our uniqueness out into the world is why we're here. And I know there are a lot of business coaches out there that are saying, "Oh, this is how I made $1 million, and so you do it this way, and you're going to make $1 million too." That's never really resonated with me because I see the light inside of each of you as a brilliant light to shine in the world. And it's not about a formula. It's not about, I'm not going to tell every one of you to do this formula and then you're going to have that because you're unique. And so, yes, it can be a challenge to figure out who we are and how we operate and all of that. But what if you were to unlock your own uniqueness at a depth where you also understood the shadow pieces, the challenges? What if you were to develop your strategies based on all the parts of you, not just what you think? I was talking to a client the other day who's brilliant, but trying to figure things out with the mind is like going into a library and just looking at the old books and saying, okay, whatever happened in the past is what I'm going to do, instead of being innovative into using intuition. We're all women here. We have intuition. We have the ability to find a way that maybe isn't in the books, isn't based on our past, but it's our access to being able to see into the future. What can we bring that's our unique innovation into the world, into solving this problem? Okay. I said in the breakout room, I'm always curious about what I'm going to say because I get my guidance from somewhere else. So I'm going to just allow some words to come through, if that's okay. There is so much love in the universe for each and every one of you to receive. Think of love and light as being frequencies that you are the receiver of when you allow it to come into you. It'll push away anything that feels like darkness. It'll push away anything that feels heavy. Remember that your thoughts can be so heavy and dark, and they can attach to an emotion like fear or not enoughness, that then you keep thinking about being not enough. You keep thinking about the darkness, and you start to be unable to see. You're blind to the light that you really are. You are the light you're looking for. Light the candle that's inside of you. I like to teach these 3 keys to being who you are and manifesting in the world. And all love flows from self-love. Some of you have heard that before. But remember, if you can't love yourself, think of that phrase, love your neighbor as you love yourself. What if you don't love yourself very much? You don't have much to give your neighbor, right? I think we misinterpret that sentence. My mantra is everyone's doing the best they can with the resources they have at any given moment. Everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have at any given moment. Caveat, you might wish they had more resources based on what their choices were. But people think that's the best they can do. And we get to respond or react or move away. I will give you that. But the third is you are the sun in the solar system of your life. If you're the sun, think about it. What now, I happen to believe that the planets all orbit around the sun. But if you're the sun in the solar system of your life, what do the planets need from the sun? Like what would happen on Earth if we didn't have a sun? Wouldn't be people, wouldn't be animals, wouldn't be plants. You are the sun in the solar system of your life. And what does the sun do? The sun shines. Does the sun worry about, oh, there are clouds in Maryland, so they can't see me? Uh, no, the sun is shining. Does the sun worry about what's going on? The sun just shines. So if you are the sun, if you are the star that's shining all the time, what's there to worry about? And when there are things that are going on, as there are now, going inside, figuring out what's yours to be in the world. What do we ask, what am I supposed to do? Right? I mean, that's the question we're kind of trained up into. But what if we shift that into who am I to be? Right? I've had people come to me and say, I want to know my purpose. I want to know my purpose. Well, I can do a human design reading for you, and we can look at a lot of information about that. But the bottom line is your purpose is to shine your light. We all have that same purpose. Your purpose is to shine your light. Now, how you make that happen in the world, how you take your gifts out of the world, how we take our unique gifts out into the world, that's where we do the self-study. That's where we learn about ourselves. And we apply those gifts. But really, your purpose is to shine your light. And we have among us tonight poets, artists, writers, coaches, right? However, we put ourselves out into the world, if we're doing it from the light that we are, the light within, we're actually contributing more light to the planet. We're keeping the whole string of lights on because we're the bulb that's staying on. We're not the bulb that's burned out. So I really want to impress that when you are able, when you're able to clear away, think of it, if you're here to shine, if you're here to shine your light and you've got a cloudy, dirty window, other people can't see it. The work is to clear the window. The work is to get it so that your light's shining out to other people. I wrote an article for the magazine before about be the lighthouse. What's the work? The work is to work on ourselves. Clear the light, clear the windows, clean the windows. Move away all those distractions at all those levels, that the physical, the emotional. What are our feelings? Let's pay attention to our feelings. Honor your feelings, but don't get stuck there and react from that place. Bring it into consciousness. Choose your response. Don't believe everything you think. I like to say that to clients. It's like, I'm seeing what you're thinking here, or that I need, I have to, I should, right? As soon as that comes out, it's like, okay, we know where that's coming from. That's not from your heart. That's not from who you're designed to be. And those beliefs, don't believe everything you believe until you ask yourself, do I want to continue to believe this? A baby believes if I scream, mom's going to come and feed me or change my diaper or pick me up and cuddle me, right? Yeah, but if you're 30 or 40, or those of us who are way beyond that, that belief probably isn't working right now. I haven't tried it lately, but I don't think anybody's going to come if I'm screaming it. Uh, we change our beliefs, but we also embrace beliefs. We embrace beliefs from the outside. So I'm just inviting you to think about all the layers of you and how you're part of a bigger plan. And so that cosmic plan has a timetable you're part of. And all it's really asking is that you be you. You be unique, you be you, and you shine your light. Um, I'd like to actually invite you all, if anyone is interested in exploring this deeper, I do a complimentary discovery session. I call it a metaphysical checkup. And I would love to have you sign up for a complimentary session. We'll go through the assessment, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and the cosmic level, and look at where there might be some disparities. And as I said, that's complimentary. Go to thescientificmystic.com and sign up for your discovery session. That would be really fun. And so I just want to leave you with one thought. I talked about human design, which is really, it's like having your own decoder ring for who am I. It's really fun to learn. And also, there's such an exhalation, and that's what I see. It's like, ah, okay, I'm not designed to be that. I'm designed to be this way. It can really help. Examine yourself and your life and ask yourself, how can I shine more light in the world today, this morning, in this meeting? I'm going to meet a friend for coffee. How can I be more light in the conversation? I'm being with the family. How can I be more light? Just let that be one of the light posts for you is how do I shine my light? And I do it uniquely. You are a one-time cosmic event. Take that home with you and think about it. We're a room full of one-time cosmic events. So go out and be the light that you already are. And I wish you many blessings.
Rosemary, thank you. Thank you. Am I unmuted? Because it looks
Nope, I can hear
okay,
you.
good. Good. It didn't look right. Wow. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and reminding us how vitally important it is to be who we really are, to let our true self shine through, and to let our light shine, no matter what is going on, right? And I would like to take a moment and show Rosemary our appreciation, show her some love. So I'd like for everyone with us on Zoom to unmute yourselves. And we're going to do a little shouting and clapping, okay? And yay, thank you so much, Rosemary. Come on, y'all, unmute. I still see some muted people there. Okay, you all ready? Let's go. Woo-hoo. Yes, thank you.
Woo, 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 woo. Yay,
Thank
Rosemary.
you. I
Woo.
receive. I receive.
And to anyone who's joined us live or watching the replay, thank you for being part of this little small part, I guess, this little half-hour part of this vibrant, supportive, and purpose-filled community. If you'd like to learn more about how to get involved in our Zoom or in-person gatherings or explore On Purpose Woman magazine, just head over to opwgc.com. That is my website, opwgc.com. We'd love to connect with you. And that is also in the text of this video, as is Rosemary's website. So thanks again for watching, everyone.